Hi guys. I'm hoping that this video will turn out okay. I'm quite new with all this videoing stuff, but I got the chance to play none other than Nelson Lopez, I believe his name is, from chessvibes. He's playing currently his subscribers. Um, well, you have to donate to be able to play, but it's been one of my greatest desires to play him and to be annihilated by him. No, it's just fun. I mean, I played Blunderman once in a 3 minute game, and I liked it, but it was a bit too short for me. And this game is a 10-minute game, and yeah. So first, I'm gonna show you what I can make of it, if there's anything to to make of it, and then I'll show you the clip where Nelson yeah, describes his side of the game. So I hope this all works on OBS, and if not, then not. So I'm playing with white, and obviously I'm very, very nervous because I'm not used to playing 10 minutes games to start off with. So I knew I was going to be in time trouble at a certain point in time. And I've never played someone online with a rating of 2400. And obviously there's thousands of people watching. So yeah, it's always a bit nerving. So there we go. So I played with white. So I tried the Jababa London on him. And it started off okay. And I didn't want to trade. And one of the things I learned is to either get your bishop here or here. I maybe should have brought it here so I could bring my bishop out, but I thought like I can bring my bishop out later on via Enkedo it. Okay, he wanted me to just defend it with the queen. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so now I'm about to ready to via Enkedo, and I already had a look at some analysis, and Stockfish recommends now to grab this bishop because it's no longer defended by the queen. So you'd have double pawns. Don't think it's that great of a deal, but yeah. So Stockfish wanted me to get there. I just wanted to get everything out of the way and castle. I thought like, well, if anything, I'm gonna have to castle opposite directions and maybe get like into a pawn storm to make any kind of chance. And we're just trading up some stuff. Mm. And I also thought like, okay, it's cool to obviously win, but I mean, it's very doubtful that you win from Nelson if you're my level anyway. And I thought like, well, if I can trade down as much as possible, maybe get into a drawish position. You never know. But yeah. Mm. So it's not such a great move, and there's no pressure just yet. But I thought like, let's get the queen here, the king here, and he likes it. Mm, yeah, he's obviously piling up some pressure, pinning the pawn to the king. I missed a tactic here. So I guess Nelson missed it also. Because I can grab the pawn. He cannot obviously retake because his queen is undefended, so he'd have to take. And I can take with a check. Take, and he'd have a pretty bad position, and I'd be a pawn up. So I missed that tactic. But it's partially due to time trouble, and also, I mean, I'm not in time trouble just yet, but I knew 10 minutes is short, no increment. I'm used to 15:10, so you have plenty of time. I probably would have looked at this a little bit further. I did actually see this, but I didn't look into it further because as I said, I didn't want to get into time trouble. So pushing the bishop away, and I thought, let's trade off the bishops, and then I was too stuck on this idea of trading the bishops that I failed to notice that my knight doesn't have an escape square. So I probably should have gone here with my knight, attacking the bishop. He would have needed to react, and I could have I couldn't have won the pawn. But then at least I have an escape square for my knight. But yeah, I failed. I was too late with noticing it. As soon as my bishop was here, I saw it. I mean, I can grab a pawn. Actually, I probably... Was this tactic still here? No, obviously not, because this pawn is here. So yeah. So I thought, let's just keep on pushing. The knight is a goner anyway. At least I got a pawn for it. I knew it was going to double up, but I can push this pawn, which is not very nice. But and I wanted to at a certain point bring my rook over here to push the pawns, but I never really got a chance to do that because he's doubling up, piling on the pressure, and I knew he was probably gonna maybe bring his bishop out here or here maybe. Oh, you couldn't go here. See, this is the time trouble. I thought like he could bring his bishop here and maybe go in here, threaten a checkmate, but I don't think that would be possible. But this is a fair move, and yeah, I thought like just defend these squares, so the knight, the queen can't go in. But then I'm already getting into some kind of trouble. Because yeah, because he's now eyeing at this pawn. So I was too focused on that pawn, I think. What did I do? Yeah, but then he just brought in his bishop. And this is gonna straight lose a knight. And I also, because obviously he has a discovered check, he could have gone here, grabbing my rook. But yeah, it all went so fast. I mean, I had to most of the game I had to really think long and hard, and I'm already down to nearly 2 minutes, no increment. And this is the game over. I mean, this is a checkmate. And to be fair, I was so blurred in my brain wasn't braining, as another streamer says. My brain wasn't braining anymore, and I didn't actually see this was a straight checkmate. Yeah, so I pushed this pawn, and that's a checkmate. So probably should have sacrificed my. Oh, that wouldn't even been. Yeah, that would have. That also would have been a checkmate. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's checkmate, right? Yeah. Okay. So it was. Yeah. So it was tough game, but yeah, glad I played Nelson. As I said, been one of my dreams. I wasn't obviously dreaming about such a game, but yeah, this is what happened, and he did checkmated me. So yeah, there you have it. Okay, now let me have to look how I can go to. In the meantime, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you're watching because you found this through Nelson, whatever. Yeah. So let me see how I can get Nelson's side of the story.
Good luck, Remco. You got white. Let's play knight f6 here. Okay, I'm going to play d5 to stop the pawn. think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple. Let me go ahead and castle, get the king to safety. He plays g3. Now, g3, as soon as I see that move, I'm just kind of eyeing this square, all right? These light squares. So I'm going to think about how I can potentially take advantage of that. Now, I don't necessarily see anything immediately, but definitely on my radar, okay? If I play e5, takes. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, now you can see this is a very real threat. And we do have backup. Okay, so we'll see if that actually ends up costing white. But they could take this. But then I get the bishop pair, and I'm pretty happy with that position too. Okay, that's what they're going to go for. You almost had to because of the weakness there on the f3 square. But bishop g4, bishop f5, c6. These are all the moves. Yes, let's play c6. Just support this pawn here that's being attacked. A castle queenside. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go... Actually, I was going to go queen... Yeah, I'll go queen a5. b6 isn't bad either, but I like queen a5, just putting the pressure. If the knight ever moves, we'll jump down here. And then let's see where this bishop's going to go. Maybe e6 even. Sack a pawn to unleash it. Or just go for this. I don't know. King b1 is a good move, I think, because now you can move the knight and this is defended. So that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Let's just develop. I want my rooks to be able to be involved, so we need the bishop off the back. I don't think there's any reason to give up the bishop pair. I don't get anything from that trade that I can see. So the question becomes, where do I move it to? Here looks risky in line with this, because then the pawn is pinned. So with all that said, I think we go to c7. And of course, b8 would be terrible, blocking my rook in the corner. But that only leaves one option available, really. So white wants to maybe attack me. Okay. I could attack with my own pawn. Yeah, I think I will do that. Actually, that's a serious threat now that I look at it. Do you know why it's a serious threat? Because the knight has nowhere to go to. I don't think white realized that. And what I'm going to do now is trade, because I don't want to lose a tempo here. So I'm going to force white to recapture me. And the knight's going to be trapped. The knight is just going to be trapped. No, 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 no. No, 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 and no. Okay? So there we go. So we'll see what white wants to do, but this is a rough spot to be in now because losing a piece is not a good thing. White probably needed to... Maybe they could have moved their knight to d4 instead of bishop h3. Would have attacked my bishop, and then it would have given this guy somewhere to run to. Like right here, I would say maybe knight d4 would be a good move. Sorry, right here. Knight d4, I have to move my bishop, and then if this ever happens, you have an escape square. I think that would have been the way to go. Right, of course I'm going to take the knight. And I don't know if I care about that. I mean, because here's the thing, if you play h6, then you have to worry about g5 busting this open. If they push and you push, you have one weakness that you have to deal with, but other than that, you're fine. And I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to go this rook. h6, we just push. We get, yes, we have to keep an eye here, but even if I have to use my knight on e8 to cover that, or my bishop, I think we'll be okay. Oh, there is queen d4 immediately, though. Okay, yeah, hold on. h6, g6, queen d4 right away. I would not want to put my knight on e8 if my rook never gets to see the light of day again. No, but I would have time to play f6, rook f7, it comes into the game. Okay, we should be good. You just want to make sure that you're not like permanently trapping your rook, right? That would be a bad thing. But it's it's okay. He goes back, okay. Knight to e4. Should I play that move? What do you guys think? What do you think? Anybody say yes? Is knight e4 a good move? No? Good. Everybody is saying no. Well, good job, guys. No, it's a bad move because tactically they take my knight, attack my... Actually, I could play it. Never mind. I was going to say no because it's a tactic, but I forgot. My bishop's defending the queen, so technically I could play it. Technically I could. I missed that. Normally, if you play a move like this, they take you and you lose a piece because your queen is under attack, and if you try to trade, they take back. But in this case, I forgot about the bishop. My bad. But I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to keep it simple. I just want to double up my rooks and attack some more. But yeah, so I could have definitely played 94. So it was kind of a trick question, but I didn't realize it was a trick question. All right, let's go ahead. Now we have the threat here. Yes, Graham. Exactly. Okay, so this is a pretty big deal. B3, and you kind of have to do that, but how do we bust through now? I want to play this, but then there's the pawn. I'm going to go here and I guess maybe push my A pawn up there. I'm not sure. I like that this one is defending D5, but I don't think I want to move that right now.
"10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood.
Doesn't the knight cover that spot? Yes and no. Yes, it does, but no, it actually doesn't because there's a pin on this pawn, right? So if the pawn pushes and the knight takes, I just take it. Which is the advantage of the pin here. Oh, look at that. They're planning ahead. Okay, I have an idea, actually, guys. I have an idea. I'm going to go here. The bishop is not doing anything. And that's a shame because it's a really good bishop along these dark squares. So we got to fix that. So I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to put my bishop there. And all of a sudden, white's going to be in trouble. All we have to do is move this knight, probably here. Threaten the exceptional fork. And then the bishop can come into the party. And we're happy. I was going to go here. But since he's moved his knight back, I'm actually going to go here. It's a more centralized square. It still threatens the same fork, but I also get the bonus of some control on this section of the board as well. And it's defended by a pawn, right? So definitely, okay, we have a fork, but I don't think that's the best move. I think this is probably more powerful because this is probably going to lead to a checkmate. And I'd rather have checkmate than an exceptional fork. Yeah, no problem, Jason. Yeah, it is a tricky line. But don't feel bad. I think you just gotta, gotta get the bishop out. Well, I say you don't have to. Let's take this with the knight. But I think it's easier to play that way. There actually are strong players who play e6 like you did, but you really have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just tough with the bishop behind the pawn chain, in my opinion. Yeah, so now white's king is really in trouble. We could see how that bishop is just so much better on this diagonal, right? Okay, so we've got the discover check. The question is, how do we use it best? And I think, honestly, maybe it's just better to go here and try the checkmate like this. Now the king is totally trapped. I don't see how white can stop this. Yeah. Yeah, even if white sacks the queen, it's still checkmate, right? So, unless they can find some move that I haven't considered. All right. Remco chess, good game. Played pretty well. I think the big mistake was the knight, getting the knight trapped, right? Just got to watch out for if somebody pushes a pawn that's getting close to your knight. Knights are one of those pieces that can get trapped if they don't have the squares available. So make sure you, well, I guess any piece can get trapped, but, you got to look at them all. So, good game. All right.
All right, guys. So there you have it. I hope this video worked and everything. Yeah, so you saw my part, you saw Nelson's part, and yeah, tough game. Anyway, hang on, how do I do this? Bear with me. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so thanks. And yeah, if you found this channel through yeah, for whatever reason, you might have found this video because I put in the description that I played with Nelson. Yeah, have a look around on my channel. It's a new channel, and please consider subscribing and liking these videos and help me grow this channel. So yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you very much, and well, maybe I'll see you again. Bye bye.